In the 1940s, there was an event that occurred that involved the brutal killing and torturing of more than 6 million people. They were hung, they were shot, they were tortured, put in ovens, put in chambers. If you haven't guessed it by yet, it was called the Holocaust. The event that left many Jews paralyzed also has an effect on animals today. Today, a similar effect is occurring with farm animals as I speak in front of you today. And like the Holocaust, this event is not only affecting the animals, but affecting us in the world today as our environment. My job here today is to inform you that those are unaware of the fact that factory farming animals are receiving agonistic effects towards themselves, and we're also receiving an impure effect to our air. In the past half century, family farms have changed to factory industrial farms, which all for the sake of $1. So from moving from the land to going inside to actual farms and having pigs, cows, and chickens in cages rather than having them on grass, mud, stuff like that. A 1976 issue of the industry journal Hog quoted a manager saying, "Forget pigs and animals as actual animals, treat them as a machine in a factory." Today's agricultural business has done just that, actually. They treat them as objects rather than mere beings. The movie Babe gives us a conception of how we perceive and visualize animals running around in the mud, the hay, families to play with. Well, it's the complete opposite inside those factories. Instead, pigs, cows, and chickens live lively in overcrowded pens, or individually in cages, and stalls with no room to move, and sometimes even no room to lay down or even sit. Chickens and hens have their beaks chopped off to prevent chickens and hens from licking each other. They have their beaks chopped off while they're still conscious, experiencing shock and pneumonia, and sometimes even death from the shock. They wait hopelessly to be fed by antibiotics to increase their mass, as they are oblivious to the fact that they're going to be dyed and tortured. If you're a male chick, well, forget it, because you're going to be thrown in a gas chamber. They have no effect to the industry. They have no economic value towards the industry. Pigs and cows, as long as they're healthy to make it to the final stage, they are strapped by their leg as a mass production company, as you see objects being transported through the top for people to either make assessments. Well, it's the same thing with animals. They're being strapped to the leg and transported on the top, waiting for them to be either have their throat slit, to have an electrical shock in through their head to the brain to kill them, or to be dipped in hot water. An Iowa Park and Meat Plant video depicts pigs and an actual pig squealing and kicking as he is being dipped into the water, displaying his agony and mercy. Peter Cheek, a professor at Oregon State, said, and if I quote, "If most urban meat eaters visited an industrial broiler house to see how animals are raised and harvested, they would be impressed, and some meat eaters would object to eating meat and chicken." Many of these factories contain overwhelming smells, grotesque bacteria from urine, colon droppings, blood, and casual clutter from the animals and dirt, producing an unbearable visual. We as taxpayers and consumers contribute to the standards being conducted, standards that also affect our environment. We already face a controversial issue of global warming and pollution. According to the FAO, the United Nations, a passage in an article cited that livestock sector is a major responsibility for 18% of greenhouse gas emissions. According to the same publisher, it's a higher share than transportation. For those of you that are unaware of greenhouse gas emissions, they are natural gases that are on this earth that make our lives inhabitable. Without them, it would be so cold that life would be uninhabitable. And so this is also, factory farms are also changing our rising ocean temperatures and climate changes. I'm not here to persuade you guys to be vegetarians. It might sound contradicting. I'm not a vegetarian. But just to be aware of the fact of what's going on in these factory farms, just go on Google, click on it. You can see videos all the time. As rational beings, we have the ability to think for ourselves, to live life autonomously, self-rule. We can make distinguishes between right or wrong, good or bad, evil, good. So in 4 years when the next ballot comes, just be aware of Proposition 2 and what you're actually looking at. That way you can make a better informed decision.